Girl in the Morning with Tina Nzuki.
And Dunko.
Tina, welcome back. I'm so excited.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I want to find the devil himself and just chapa him for real. But it's so good to be.
Right.
I have never missed people, them bogies.
Yeah.
I can't. Even people that would call once in a blue. I kept saying,
where are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Danko, I want to thank you. You are strong.
I tried.
You held on.
No, man.
You held on. You held on. You just pushed and you pushed. There are a lot of things that we need to definitely put in order.
Yes.
But you're a strong man. Thank God. I thank God for you, Danko.
I'm glad we prayed for you. We prayed for you. Our
Danko,
moms,
I missed you.
The prayers moved from the bogies to even their relatives.
I know, because a lot of people kept calling me.
Right.
I could not pick the phone. It was a very hard time. Maybe we'll one day talk about COVID Chronicles of Tina.
I'm telling you.
Because I even almost started writing my will. I started saying how much, where the account is,
Right.
where you can find the logbook. I literally...
PIN numbers are...
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Where?
It was crazy. Let me tell you, Tina, it took us by surprise, by storm.
Yes.
And we could not... I don't know.
Ilinistua.
Yeah.
Or for those who don't know, nilishuka nakala ka shetani ka COVID.
The hako. Yes.
And then my sister got it,
Yes.
but God sent an angel that stood between us guys, my mom and my auntie.
Right.
So it was where. So one night I wake up and I can't breathe, and I'm thinking, no, I can handle this.
Right.
So we wait, and then the next day, because I'm thinking I can handle it. So I sit in the sun, because I kept hearing sit in the sun,
Sun, yes. Vitamin D.
and I kept thinking it's gonna be okay.
Right.
So you get to hospital and be told your oxygen levels are 67, 68. I'm like, man, I don't know what those are. So
supposed to be
you're
90
dying.
something, 90s,
What?
late 90s.
I didn't know, man. I didn't know. Wow. And then I'm like, oh, we're gonna be fine. And then I decide I don't want to stay there. I want to go back home. And I went back home. Then I almost died there. Then I was brought
Back to the hospital. Let me tell you,
Where?
I have never...
Okay, Mutabie.
And let me tell you, Tina, sometimes you sit behind this mic.
Yeah.
I'm alone.
Yeah.
So I've panicked because of you and everyone else that actually got it.
Yeah.
And when I push this feather up, I have to put on a courageous face.
Yeah.
But my heart is beating.
Beating.
I'm trying to find out. I'm calling your friends. Your
Yes.
sister.
Yes.
Your sister. I for the first time, I was being called from the States. Now,
Like
I
a
mean,
big song, what's that?
like, ghost you where? Go where? And I'm like,
man.
I didn't understand what was happening, but I kept feeling and hearing.
Yeah.
Because we had just turned 1 year as PAL Radio.
Yeah.
And there was a shift. There's something that was happening.
Something did happen.
Something happened. And
I think we upset the enemy.
Exactly.
We must have done something crazy.
That's true. And I think in matters faith, sometimes, and the thing that actually held us together.
Yes.
And we kept praying is because our faith is stronger.
Yep.
We could not be shaken.
Nope.
We could not be.
Nope.
As much as it was scary, I won't lie. Sometimes, you'd
you
pray.
guys.
Me, there was a time I tried to pray.
And then you told God.
I just cried. I just cried. You can imagine doing a show in the house.
Yes.
In between my cushions, because where I live, where I live, Tina,
yeah.
It's a ghetto and there's a lot of noise. You know. So there's a road on the other side. So it was. So you have to create a canopy, like the way kids create castles.
Yeah.
And we had to reinvent ourselves. And I believe it matters faith. Sometimes the devil, he's not in the business of causing you to forget the faith. He just he just brings barriers that will cause it
to distractions.
To distractions to dogo.
Yeah.
That will make it so hard for you to pray.
That will shake your faith.
Shake your faith. You'll be like, I'm a God.
Exactly.
When you start questioning. That's a wedge you're driving in the crack. And before long, the wall will tumble down.
Correct.
But what he forgets is that sometimes we have experienced the God of the storm.
The God of the storm. I like that.
The God that is outside, the God that calmed them storm. Remember when they were crossing over? So she has just fed the 5,000 and is crossing over.
Yeah.
He slept. Alienda akalala.
And then a storm came.
So it's not like Christ was not in the storm. He was part of the storm.
Come on now.
He was in the storm with them.
Yes.
And sometimes we're in the storms, we're like the disciples, hey, Master, uko wapi? Wake up, come on, help us. Then he wakes up, he's like, oh my God. Then he's looking at you, I'm like,
Oh, you little, and you're like, come on, guys.
The power you guys have, you didn't have to wake me, man. I've been preaching here for how many days now?
I've been with you for how long?
For how long?
Yes.
Have you not seen? Have you not heard? And sometimes the God that is in the storm, we forget that. So when the storm comes,
yes,
we forget that He's with us and we have the power. And that's what exactly happened to us.
Me, all the while, I was just angry.
Me too. I was
angry. I was really upset because I'm thinking, there are people out they okay, it's not like I am like a small demigod, like a small Buddha or anything. But you know your assignment.
Yes.
And your assignment has been interrupted.
Exactly.
The assignment of these disciples was to cross over. The storm interrupted the assignment. And sometimes that interruption causes a delay.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's God's way maybe of saying, shh, be still.
Be still.
I want to talk to you.
Yes.
Even in the storm.
Even in the storm.
And then I'm like, so hurry up so that we kill something.
Hurry up, yeah. You gave me a mandate.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh my word. I couldn't believe it.
But one thing I came out of this with, God is a preserver.
Indeed He is.
The God of Tina showed up and showed off.
Right. Right.
He's a preserver. God will preserve. He's a preserver.
Man, I don't know about you, but has God preserved you this season? Has God preserved you this August?
Come on.
Has God preserved you from last year, March, when they announced that COVID is real? Every day, Tina, every single day.
I'm watching the numbers.
I see people on social media, especially Facebook, saying, goodbye, saying goodbye to their loved ones. Every day, even yesterday.
Timelines are filled with people saying goodbye to their loved ones. And it's painful. Danko, it is so painful. You get to a point you're wondering.
You told me you saw people like
the first night I was in hospital, trying to get my senses back because they kept saying, "Wacha kulala, amka." So you'd be sat up and you're still it was bad. I'll tell you about it. A lady had just been brought in from Thika. She was having her dinner and she just tippled over.
And she was brought in and that was it.
Man, the kids, they came running in. And Duncan, they're in their 40s, they're in their 50s. And they're asking her, who told you to close your eyes? Then the next day, an old man, Nemo there, he lost his wife. I saw a man slide, that man slid down the wall. I know they let you. They let you at the hospital. They don't. It's hard.
It is.
So this morning, we want to encourage you. That storm you're facing today. There's a God in the storm.
Yes.
And that storm has a lesson. You push through. You're not giving up. You believe for a miracle. When it looks impossible, you believe because God keeps His promises.
Then yes.
God keeps His promises to you. He will never fail you nor forsake you. That's who our God is.
That's right.
Join Tina Nzuki and Danko on Pearl in the Morning.
Weekdays from 5:30 a.m. to 10 a.m.